Hello everyone, this is Vossen. Today, I will share the branches of this tree. And there is a letter shape in the middle. This effect. Because too many of them will be a bit laggy. Here is the default. The initial one is the letter I. You can replace it with another one. Okay, let's reduce the number first. If the number is reduced, the shape may not match. It will be much faster. Let's change it to 100 first. Then we can modify the text here. Okay, wait a moment. You can see, it is basically following the shape of the letter to generate the range of values. Okay, let's create a new project to see. Mainly using the tile. The plugin here, DoTrame, is generated within the shape. Then you can change it to a volume object. Here, we first use a sphere and put it in. Okay, let's erase the hill. Oops, sorry, I dragged the wrong object. I recommend this. Okay. Then change its length here. This is the length of the smallest cone strip. You can see that the parameter of this parameter, the larger the parameter, the longer the corresponding branch, will be longer. Lowering it, there will be more fine branches. Okay, reduce the thickness. This can increase the number of its branches. This will make it look more like a sphere. Okay, let's use this as a basis. First, give it a cube. Not a rectangle. Pull it up, and then enlarge it. Here, you can change it to natural. Then add 16 of them. Add a text. Add an A first. Move its position. That's it. Here is a spline template. Drag them in. Change their positions. Let's see. Okay, then add an extrusion. Like this. There will be a letter in the middle. Then modify the font. And change it to a thicker font. Okay, now there is one. A hole with a letter in the middle. Okay, let's hide it. Next, delete this drawer first. And then drag the extrusion in. You can see that by default, it generates this appearance. Then turn off the highlighting. Okay. Let's shrink it first. Shrinking it a little bit is convenient for calculation. Now, we can see, its connection points are not within the range of this A. You can move the growth point. And here, we can add a growth point. Move it here. You can add some more. And divide the growth points into its surroundings. Then we can see it more clearly. To form the shape of the middle text, hide this. The number can be a little more. Okay, let's take a look at the point diagram first. Then increase the number here. Okay, now it basically forms a point. You can adjust the position to avoid the range of the middle A. To make it better gather around this A. Hide it. And increase the number. Let's open A and C. Now, it will basically be in around the middle of the model. For example, if there is a missing piece in the middle of you can add one here. Add another one. And move this point to its middle position. Okay. This can fill the middle area of a little bit. Okay. Or you can change the extrusion thickness here. The extrusion thickness. And let the number be distributed in a wider space. Now, the number in the middle is only distributed within this triangular area. We can adjust the number. For example, change the letter here to U. Will be arranged around to lay out around the range of the letter U. It is related to the point above it. It's still somewhat related. So, we can adjust it. The cover here. Look at the unline. And change it to this other borderline. Grid-like. During the calculation process, it will be relatively stuck. It will be fine after the calculation. Okay, you can see that the filling is still relatively good. And when actually using it, you can increase the number of points here to make the filling more perfect. Another application method is to use split. For example, there is a cube here. And we want this branch to fill the screen. And there are some gaps in the middle. You can use the split here. Okay. Then check the offset. And reduce the number of points to give it a little bit of a split effect. Next, we do the same thing. First, delete this one. and then drag the split object in. First, reduce the number of points. Turn on. And lift it up a bit. Hide it. Next, you can move the camera up. For the split one, you need to increase the number of points. Or move it here, the position of the seed growth point. For those that grow in one area, you can adjust them to other places. To create this kind of, to generate some trees, and then wrap the entire range. Move it down a bit. Adjust it. The position of the seeds. Check the bottom view. It will avoid these empty areas. Okay. If you use some point maps, you can see some branches, and then form a whole sky. This application method. This is today's content. One is using text as a fill. The other is infill the entire sky background. Thanks for watching.